I hope you all ate your rainbow-themed breakfast this morning and pumped your rainbow-themed gas and bought rainbow-themed life insurance or whatever the fuck. You know, a social justice movement has made it mainstream when giant corporations use it to sell their shit, right? It's like, Black Lives Matter. Last year, more people supported it. More corporations came out in support. Funny how that works, right? Gay rights, it wasn't even, 10 years ago when no one would really come out publicly. Right? Even individuals, right? Unless you were gay, you're not showing support for gay rights. Very rare until gay marriage became legal, right? But until then, it was like, well, why do you care so much? What are you, gay? And I guess that really goes for any kind of movement, right? For Black Lives Matter, right? Well, you're white. Why do you care so much? I'm human. I have empathy. I don't know what the fuck you want from me. It's not that hard in my mind. So I give these corporations shit, but in all actuality, it's good that they come out and publicly support. I mean, again, it's late. It's the very least they can do, but it's something. And again, when it's, the public basically supports it, a majority of the public, it's very easy to come out and support. But again, still important. What really gets me is when, politicians or owners of sports teams that clearly do some racist shit come out and say they're publicly in support of these things, right? Because they know that's what is expected of them. I mean, shit, even Donald Trump kept saying shit like, I'm a friend to the gays, and he touted his gays for Trump, the 5 people in that group. When in actuality, he was trying to make it so adoption agencies could deny gay people from adopting a child. So very easy to publicly say it. It's another thing to express it in your actions, right? And one thing I've also noticed with the LGBT support is that a lot of people kind of forget that T, or actively, aggressively try to deny the T, even if they support the LG and the B. And at this point, it's like an obsession with some people. Conservatives in the bathrooms, it's really fucking weird. I'm way more concerned about what straight guys are doing in bathrooms than any trans person, right? There's been literally 0 incidents of a trans person trying to pick up a kid or whatever the fuck, but plenty of incidents of straight people doing it. And, even people, well, I support it, and that's, they could do what they want or whatever, but I don't know about the sports thing. When they try to get into the sports, it's unfair. It's unfair. And I swear to God, it's like everyone thinks Joanna Man was a fucking documentary. How did that movie have such an impact on the culture? I don't get it. Everyone thinks, oh, well, guys are just turning into girls so they can be better at sports. It's not how it fucking works. And if it was, why isn't it happening all the fucking time? In Connecticut, there was a lawsuit against, the state, the athletic commission or whatever, and someone wanted to ban trans athletes from competing, right? It finally got to the courts, and the judge threw it out. The reason being, the 2 people, trans athletes cited in the lawsuit, had graduated high school. So it didn't apply to them anymore. And the judge asked the plaintiff, well, can you point to anyone else in the state that this might affect? Couldn't do it. There were 0 trans athletes in the entire fucking state. And yet he's trying to fucking sue the state to ban them from competing. Ban who? It's this fantasy that there's just this massive group of guys trying to take over track or take over sports by pretending to be girls. You people are out of your fucking minds. It's an obsession. Let it go. And truth be told, a lot of straight guys won't admit this, right? But I know what the fuck is going on. I've seen it. All right, when I was a kid, me and my friend snuck into his attic to see his dad's porn stash, right? And he had shit from like back in the 70s, had like from Playboy to fucking Hustler, just raunchy shit. And they had like advertisements where you can, have sex lines or whatever, all these weird videos and stuff, and just all types of shit. And one of the biggest categories, one of the most popular categories, was chicks with dicks. Because that's a fetish for a lot of people. They won't admit it. So-called straight guys, they won't admit it. And yes, chicks with dicks, although hilarious, not really acceptable, but also pretty descriptive. So I don't know. But that's what they used to be called before we knew more about trans people, right? So a lot of it comes down to this guilt over being attracted to it. I see it. I've seen it. And I still got some of those issues if anyone wants them. Holla at me. Peace.